Are you ready? You said
All right, what's going on, guys? My name is Nate. I am the sales manager here at HighStrike. I've been with the company for coming up on 4 years now. And so today we are going to be going around the room, interviewing the coaches, getting to know them, and having them share a little bit about their experiences. So, Kyle, would you mind giving us a little bit of kind of background you're doing before HighStrike, kind of the position you've taken, and again, kind of the philosophy that you hold for trading?
Full transparency, it's really not that exciting. But for me, so I started trading, I would say, opened up my first brokerage account in 2013. Was going the Warren Buffett style, where I was just buying shares of companies that I knew weren't going anywhere, and I was just going to accumulate my wealth through buying shares and holding them for 40 years. Got a good little nest egg built up into there where I finally reached out to a financial advisor. We talked about him. I don't know if it got recorded earlier, but had a financial advisor that I hired. My realization was the day that his partners called me and said, he's no longer with the firm. Don't worry, though. We're going to take good care of you. I'm like, where's my money? Where's my money? They're like, your money's safe. But he ran into a little bit of legal trouble, and I had this aha moment of, why would I trust a stranger? Why would a stranger care more about my money than I'll care about my money? So I need to learn this and do this myself to figure this whole thing out so I can grow my money, because nobody's going to take care of it better than I am, or care for it as much as I will, right? So that was about the 2018, 2019 period when I found the HighStrike course. So I am a prodigy of the HighStrike course, where it all started, morphed into the trading room, where I was a trading room member from 2019 up until April. April of last year was when I got hired on to be a coach and an admin here at HighStrike. So that's kind of my backstory and how I got here. Something when it comes to my philosophy of trading, I've tried a lot of different things, right? As a student, I was trying some of the options plays that were originally signaled by previous admin. Sage came on board, and I tried to go the selling route with Sage, where we were doing some credit spreads. And I learned valuable information from the market at that time, but I also knew deep down that wasn't my style, right? And so it wasn't until I got into futures trading, and more specifically the prop firms, that I really started to find my niche, and things started to hit for me and started to click for me. So my type of trading, I am definitely a day trader, right? I'm not swinging positions. I'm flat on my prop accounts every night at market close. I don't swing anything overnight, but I trade on the 4-minute, and my trades are anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour, right? And I'm in and out of the market. I have a pretty rigid process that I follow. I talk about my 3 boxes that need to be checked on every single trade. Not perfect, right? Like there'll be times where I mess up on a trade, and I'm like, all right, team, what did I not do of my 3 boxes? And my teammate, like the teammates that work with me, they're like, yeah, you forgot X, Y, Z. Like 100% right. So you can learn from my mistakes as well. I'm still working on that perfection side of things, but that's my philosophy. The thing I like most about my current role at HighStrike, I would say, is the ability to coach people that want to be coached. Right. So Black Friday sale, we had this bootcamp, this 90-day bootcamp. It's probably been one of my most favorite things that I've done at HighStrike, is a very intimate small group of people that I've been working with every Friday for the last 13 weeks. And there's about 7 of them, and 3 of the 7 are currently funded, and the other 4 are on the brink. They're on the last leg of it getting funded. And I think once that happens, that will be my most proud accomplishment of HighStrike, is getting those people funded. And I look forward to rolling that into future boot camps and future opportunities to help people in a more intimate environment.
Rick, was there a common problem that you saw in the boot camp that people experienced?
I wouldn't say a common problem, but there was a common theme that I found in reflection of this, that the people that were coming to the boot camp came for one specific thing, and it was my bag indicator, and it was my trend trading. They didn't come in asking me to teach them supply, demand, trend lines, support, resistance. They came to learn what I already do. So I try not to force people into just trading bag indicator or the EMAs or trend trading, right? I will help you with whatever works for your personality. But I think that with this small group of people, the success is coming from, we all had one unified goal, and we were all working on the exact same thing. So there was really no deviation away, like, oh, I wouldn't have taken this because it was a demand zone or anything like that. It was, this is how we're going to trade this thing, and we're all learning from one another, and we're all moving towards the right goal and in unison, right? We're rowing the boat in the same direction.
Working together.
Right, exactly.
Awesome. And I know earlier you mentioned you initially kind of started trading with Sage, doing some of the selling, swing trading, stuff like that.
Yep.
And then obviously made the transition more to day trading.
Yep.
Can you kind of explain that shift in your mind?
Yeah. So I was losing money hand over fist, everybody. No, I'm just kidding. Sage is a very patient man. He's a very patient man. He knows that in his 45 to 60 for right now, but when it comes to the end, he's more likely going to be right. For me, he probably remembers when I was a member, I was living in his DMs, you SOB, this thing's not working. What are we doing here kind of thing? And I just realized that it was just not my personality, right? I enjoyed the peace of mind that I have when I can end, when the bell rings at 2:00 Mountain Time, I can log off the charts and know that I was either green or red, but I don't have any stress that goes into it, into my family life, right? Because I have 2 kids, I have a wife. I didn't take it with me into my personal life outside of the charts.
Like with a family.
So before I got hired at yeah, exactly. Before I got hired at HighStrike, there was 8 months of time where trading was my only
source of income. And I remember going to Danica, my wife, and saying, look, this is something I want to do. I have probably 2 years worth of bills saved up and paid, so we're not going to our house isn't going to get foreclosed on, like the credit cards aren't going to get maxed out, but I didn't want to use the 24 months as an excuse to take my time on this thing. So there was 8 months where this was my only source of income, and the stress that comes with it, I mean, I can only imagine as a single man, the stress that comes with it, but now you have 2 kids, you have a mortgage, you have a wife. It impacted it. I'm not going to lie. It really, really impacted it, but I think it made me better at the same time because I got very serious about my discipline. Discipline in trading, discipline in eating, discipline in working out, like getting my life right. And it's more than just on the charts and trading. And all of those outside factors helped me become a better trader.
Yeah.
And I think that I got hired on at HighStrike because I was able to display that I have a pretty good system and I'm a pretty disciplined guy, and they wanted to be able to teach that to other people. If it wasn't for that 8 months, I don't know that I could have made that final push, that final leg across the finish line.
I think you already kind of answered this, but would you say discipline in other areas of your life carries over to your trading?
1,000%. Yeah, I actually wanted to make that a point to say because I can't tell you how many students I get to work with on a daily basis, and it's this inner voice, right? I like reading about the personal development and professional development and things like that. And it's our inner voice that we have in our head that talks to us. And when we give that thing an inch, it takes a mile, right? So if I say I'm going to go work out and I don't go work out, it's okay. My knee hurts. I don't need to go work out. That stuff corrodes into yourself, and it's going to get into your trading too. It's okay. I took this trade. It didn't meet all my setups, but it's okay. No, it's not okay. Let's hold ourselves accountable. Let's be big adults here. Let's be big boys, and let's hold ourselves accountable and do what's right. It's not easy. It's not always easy, but it's the right thing to do. And that's where I've kind of hit my stride.